Hey guys, it's Whitney. Welcome to the new week. So I want to give you guys just a little brief intro before you continue on the video. So the first thing was that I broke down each zodiac sign with the astrology updates for the week and then the spiritual message for your cards. So if you guys go ahead and you look, you'll see that the beginning part of the message is the astrology forecast for you guys specifically, and then it's the spiritual message for you guys after that. Now, I will always tell you, check your birth chart. Make sure you know exactly what your placements are because this will help you determine your rising sign. Your rising sign is the most predictive in astrology, so it's the best with timing. So I really recommend you watch your rising, but also you feel free to watch your moon, your Mercury, your Venus, whatever you want. Now, the next thing I want to say is whenever you're finished watching the video, I am going to recommend that you guys watch our new moon in Aquarius video. It's not posted yet, but it will be on my channel if you're watching this later in the week. Now, this is going to show you the energy of the moon that's coming up. You really want to know this because this week's energy leads you exactly into next week. And when I was pulling everybody's cards, I realized that a lot of you guys are really being set up to win. So if you can use the new moon, energy, you will really see a big push in your goals and your dreams. Now, outside of just watching our new moon and our full moon videos that we'll have posted monthly, I really suggest you guys participate in our community service ritual. Our community service ritual, it is really based to collectively come together to manifest an intention every new and full moon of the month. Depending on what sign it's in, where it's sitting, all matters, and that will be the energy that we collectively come together for. Now, the idea is to get as many people as possible because the more energy, the more blessings and abundance we attract. So each month it will always be 1111 to join. That is your offering for spirit. You're paying for a candle to be lit on behalf of you, and when it's lit, we put out your prayers and your petitions to spirit and we do the work. All the rest info is on my website. Hey Aquarius, so it's your turn. So the first thing I want to talk about as I'm looking at the chart this week is you guys definitely have a lot of energy going on surrounding your sign and obviously the signs next to you. So Mars is going to enter your 12th house of Capricorn. Now, this is going to give you the energy, the attention to the things that are less spoken. And what I mean by that is the deep unresolved issues, any past trauma, the internal parts of you that you don't really share with anybody are really going to be highlighted. So you very well may feel sensitive this week, as if you're trying to not only accept the feelings that you're feeling, but really work past them so you can grow and you can achieve your goals. Now, so that's a great thing, but do know that a level of frustration may be associated because when we have Mars, you know, the god of the energy, your courage, your assertiveness in your 12th house, the ability and the likelihood that you may be irritated or frustrated, it heightens. So make sure not to let anyone disturb your peace this week. Really try to stay focused, stay grounded, and focus on your inner healing, your inner peace, your connectedness to the divine, which you very well may be experiencing a lot of lately, Aquarius. Your spiritual gifts and abilities are extremely heightened right now, as is everyone's, but yours is really excelling with Saturn and Aquarius. And now you have Mercury leaving your sign and going back into Capricorn. So anytime we think of Mercury retrograde, the one thing I want you guys to remember is the RE, rewind, renew, rejuvenate, re-look. And because Mercury will be going into your 12th house where Mars is, where Venus is, everything right now, you're relooking your values, you're rethinking what matters to you. But this is really important because, again, it's in your 12th house. Right before your birthday every year, you guys kind of go through this darkness of trying to figure out what exactly you want for this new solar return, this new year. You know, where are you? You're taking inventory of what happened over the past year, what you want to let go of, what you want to bring in, what you'll allow to stay. So expect your psychic gifts and abilities to be heightened this week. Expect to really feel the need, the urge, the desire to tackle the emotional wounds or any old baggage that doesn't serve you. And then also, The one thing I wanted to talk to you about was the fact that Jupiter is in Pisces at 5 degrees at the beginning of the week, and this is lighting up your money house. So you guys very well may see some money flowing in. If not now, it's on its way. You may see that your financial difficulties or anything of that nature is easily repaired at this time, or more likely to be repaired, because you do have the blessings of Jupiter, but you also have, again, Mars in your 12th house, which is giving you the energy, the vitality to take care of the things that are standing in your way. Now, again, this all depends on your birth charts, how things are interacting, but I wanted to give you guys a snapshot of what I'm seeing and the energy that really could be possessed as the week begins. So let's get into that spiritual message. Aquarius, let's get into your message for this week. Now, Divine Spirit, Mother, Father, what message do you have for the Aquarius this week? Let's see, Aquarius. All right. Ooh, Knight of Wands, interesting. 5 of Wands reversed. Page of Pentacles and the Emperor. Ooh, okay. Now let's see. Now, Divine Spirit, what is the oracle message you have for the Aquarius this week? Okay, stop. Spirit, what is the message you have for the Aquarius this week? Okay. Interesting. Aquarius. Wow. Let's go ahead and get into this message. So, first things first, we got wand energy. We have the Emperor. We have the 5 of Wands reversed. We have the Page of Pentacles. Woo, woo, woo. All right, guys. So, this is really interesting because, as you know, we're in Capricorn season. We just talked about everything that's going on, so no need to necessarily recap that. But I do want to talk about the message that we're going to experience this week. Now, the first thing Spirit is saying is there's something coming through. And when I say by something coming through, I'm getting an inclination that you have this idea, you have this vision, you have this thing that you're ready to just go umph with, you want to move forward with, and you're going to really feel excited about it. And I think that this is a good thing. This is something that can set you up for your future. This is something that you've wanted. This is something that you've envisioned for yourself. But Spirit is saying that you need to remember that with these big visions, that with these big plans, not only can they happen, but they have to be strategic. Now, just because you have these like $1 million ideas running through your brain, Aquarius, especially as the innovators, you guys are the game changers when it comes to new ideas, new visions for our future. So you guys have these huge ideas that you should run with. But Spirit is saying sometimes you get a little ahead of yourself. And this week, we want you to be practical. We want you to have those goals. We want you to have that vision, but we also want you to remember where you are right now and what you need to do to get this vision to become a reality. So you have the vision, you know what you are looking to do, but Spirit is saying, hey, what do you got to take care of right now? And it's so funny because we have this Dances on Foot oracle, a balancing act, the number 9, and the number 9 in numerology is really all about you. Selfishly saying, hey, you're trying to find a balancing act between what you're responsible for right now versus what you want to create. And there's nothing wrong with that, but don't lose the blessing of this opportunity, of this idea, by running yourself thin now. Don't overwhelm yourself in this moment, Aquarius. Spirit really needs you to be connected, which takes us to the next card. And I laughed because Capricorn had just got this as well. And it's deep quiet, meditation and stillness. The number 11 breaks down to the number 2 in numerology. And for me, that's all about you connecting with the divine. You and the divine one-on-one, having that conversation, having that connection. And so with the 5 of Wands, Spirit is saying, hey, you have a good idea, but again, we want to make sure that this idea lasts, that this idea is something that you really commit with, because this is something that could really, again, change your life. So we need you to say, what you want to accomplish. We need you to write down your goals. We need you to make a plan. We need you to be consistent, follow through with it, and structure time for your self-care and your growth, which is two of the same, but you get it, your self-care, and the things you're responsible for. You have to have that time in between. Everything else will come to you. The Knight of Wands is guaranteeing that if you take a step back, if you do this balancing act, take care of what you need to take care of, and then take care of you, your spirituality, your soul, you are being promised that you're going to get the message that you need to hear. You're being promised that if you listen and you allow yourself to balance and to have this moment of stillness, we'll settle you, we'll guide you, we'll direct you, we'll show you everything that you need to get by. We'll show you what you need to do to commit. We'll show you how to commit. We'll show you where to commit. Everything you're searching for, Aquarius, this week, you really can find and you really can obtain if you allow yourself to be still. This doesn't mean completely disregard everything. This means hold on to those ideas. Hold on to those responsibilities. Make sure you have time to take care of everything that needs to be taken care of, including yourself. And when you get that time with yourself this week, that's the time to ask these deep questions to the divine. Where do you want to go? What do you want to be known for? What are you creating? What do you want to build? What vision do you have for yourself? Right here with the Page of Pentacles, Aquarius. All of those things you can really make significant progress with, because by the time your birthday time comes up, right now actually, happy birthday, as we're already in Aquarius season, as your birthday hits, this is the time for you to take the stand. So Spirit is saying, come to me first before you just run out there. You have big things coming for you, but let us guide the way. So I hope that helped, Aquarius. And this was great. I'll see you next time. Bye. Hi there, my beautiful Pisces friends. Let's talk about this week ahead. So as I was looking at your chart, as you guys can see, we're officially in Aquarius season. The sun is sitting at 4 degrees of Aquarius as we start off this week. Now, what that means for you is this is your 12th house. The 12th house talks about the deeps, the depths of your soul. You know, the things, your connection with God, the divine. It's connected to your dreams. A lot of times you may find yourself withdrawn at this time of year, at the end of January through February, as we're gearing up to your birthday, because you're getting these spiritual downloads, the wisdom that's flowing in, the communication that's coming from the source, you know, to help you heal, to help you grow, to help you start a whole new fresh year is upon you. And so you're really feeling that energy. Now, on top of that, I do want to talk about your spirituality in general. We have Jupiter in your sign right now, Pisces. Now, this is huge for you in many ways. You guys are already sensitive. You're already so connected to the divine. But when Jupiter is sitting in your house, your ability to manifest, your ability to see things clearly, your ability to open doors for yourself and have clear paths is right now. And that's all going to come through your intuition and your connection with the divine. So if you feel like something is off, Pisces, pay attention to it, especially in your relationships. This is the next thing I wanted to talk about. So while your spiritual gifts and abilities are extremely heightened right now, you're getting a sense of who and what is not for you. So we have Mars entering your 11th house of Capricorn. And this is going, and especially as you can see, Mercury will be making its way back into Capricorn as it's retrograding. Venus is still retrograding in the sign of Capricorn. Pluto's in Capricorn, you know. So this is showing me, Pisces, that you guys are really reevaluating who you want in your life, what you want in your life, and you're not budging anymore. You know, the things you may have accepted before, I just don't see you accepting anymore. And if you're not yet ready to let go of the things that don't serve you, I can guarantee you by the time these planets go direct, especially Venus on the 29th, Mercury on February 3rd, you will start to see things clearly. Whatever type of delusion or bubble or rose-colored glasses you guys were wearing consciously or unconsciously, they will become clear and you will see people for who they are. So that's why I said pay attention to your intuition, because it's not wrong. And whether people expose themselves now or later, the truth will come out. Now, just looking at the rest of this chart. So guys, again, I do want you to know if there's any struggles right now with questions about what you should do, where you should go. This is just part of retrograde. It will be over soon. And again, your 12th house is being highlighted and will be highlighted for some time, but you will get through this. So now let's go ahead and go into the spiritual message. Pisces, let's go ahead and get straight into your message. Now, Divine Spirit, Mother, Father, what is the divine message you have for the Pisces this week? Let's see, Pisces. Let's see what Spirit has for you. Okay, we have the Emperor reversed. 5 of Pentacles, Pisces. King of Pentacles reversed. Interesting. The Page of Pentacles. Okay, my Pisces friends, don't worry, we're going to get into it, y'all. Now, Divine Spirit, what is the oracle message you have for the Pisces this week? Wow. Holy crap. Protecting the future. Woo, Pisces. We got a message today, my loves. Wow. So first thing, immediately I would just start reading the cards, but I have to tell you energetically what I'm feeling, okay? Energetically, I'm feeling this heaviness, I'm feeling this sadness, I'm feeling frustration, I'm feeling confusion. It just feels like there's a level of unfairness, uncertainty. I'm getting all of that. Now, on one hand, Spirit is telling me, Pisces, there's a group of Pisces that are really trying their hardest to stay strong, because they're not known for just being weak. Like, you guys are emotional, but that is not to be confused with being weak. So Spirit is saying that you guys are tired of being strong. I feel like there are certain areas of your life that are coming together and you want to celebrate that. You want to hold on to the fact that you know you're amazing, you know you're a god or a goddess, but there are things in your life that are frustrating you and poking you and really are causing you to say, listen, I want things to be different. So let's talk about this now. So, first things first, you guys have a vision. It's like you know exactly what you want. With the Page of Pentacles here, especially at the base, Spirit is saying that you know what you are looking to accomplish. And I feel like this could be in terms of like a relationship with someone. This could be what you want to build. This is the fact that you know you want to move on from one point of your life and go to the next, but you know what it is you want to do. And yet there's this frustration because it hasn't happened yet. Now, I'm really feeling like there's 2, maybe even 3 people, three types of Pisces in this group. And what I mean by that is I feel like there's some Pisces that are focusing on relationships. And then I do believe that there's a group of Pisces that are going through either something money related or work related, tied in those two. So definitely those 2 groups. Now, either way of what you're going through, you know what you want, right? But it hasn't happened in the way that you wanted it to happen yet. Perhaps if you're dating, you haven't met that person that's really pouring into you like you know you deserve to be poured into. You may find yourself doing more than what you get in return. Like, why am I giving up myself and offering myself to someone who isn't deserving of me? So that may be a thing. And for those of you, the group that is going through money and career situations, this may be a situation like, why am I staying in a situation that I'm not even happy with, that doesn't really give me what I want, when I can build my own, I can create my own, I can be my own. And so there's so much transition that is coming out of frustration, insecurity, and lack. And so Spirit is saying that this feeling of going through things alone, of trying to figure out what you're going to do, know that one, maybe your energy does need to be rerouted in a different place. If the things that you've been giving your time, your energy, and attention aren't serving you, then this is your confirmation right now in this reading this week to let it go. Spirit is saying, trust that whatever you're giving up that doesn't make you happy, we're going to give you something that makes you happy. But you've been holding on. You've been thinking things are going to change with this person, with this job, with this situation, and it hasn't. It's left you more frustrated than you even imagined. And so now you have to revisit the drawing board and say, what am I giving my time, energy, and attention to? Because I am the King of Pentacles. I am worthy of everything. I'm the freaking king. Like, I do this and I does this and I am this. and like I said, there's something inside of you that knows that. And it's not even cocky. It's just sureness in everything that you are. And so you know this, but you haven't been allowing this. And now Spirit is saying, we need you to remember your vision. We need you to remember what you prayed for, what you asked for, what you spoke for, what you lit candles for, what you made petitions for. We need you to remember your why. We need you to remember why you set those boundaries in the first place. We need you to remember your strength when it comes time to leave a situation that doesn't serve you. We need you to remember that you can create out of nothing at all and still be successful. And so this week, Spirit is telling you to protect your future. And that's why I was like, wow. Even look at the symbology. First of all, 1, 2, numerology equals 3. You know, mind, body, spirit, protecting your future. No more, Pisces, are you going to allow yourself to stay in a dead end situation. First of all, you told yourself that you weren't going to do that long ago. And somehow in the mix, you got caught up, which is fine. It happens, right? But you got caught up in the mix and things didn't work out for you the way that you initially intended them to. And so now Spirit is giving you the opportunity right here, right now, especially before we go into the new moon in Aquarius next week on the 1st, Spirit is saying, go ahead, take the time for you and set up some protection. And some protection very well just may mean reestablishing your boundaries, reestablishing what you want, what you will accept and what you won't accept. Realizing that these big ideas, these things that I say I want, these things that I deserve in a love partnership, in my life, in my career, in my foundation, for me, I can have them. I do deserve them. And really standing and protecting that and not allowing any outside influences, any unhappiness, anything, any expectations stop you from living your best life. So, woo, Pisces, that was a message. So I hope this helped, and I love you guys so much. Remember, this week is your week to turn this King of Pentacles that's reversed around. And literally remember why you are that badass. Remember why you have overcome every situation, because you are strong, you are powerful, you are beautiful, you are enough, you are worthy. Don't allow anybody or anything treat you like anything less than such. So I got passionate, Pisces, because I love you guys. You know, people take your kindness for weakness sometimes, but you are so far from weak. And so this is the week to regain your strength, remember your power, remember your why, and own that. So I love you guys. See you next time. Bye. Hey there, Aries. So let's talk about this week as we begin. The first thing that I'm seeing is that the sun is traveling through your 11th house of Aquarius. So this can be a good thing. You really could be looking at your goals, your aspirations that you have for yourself, and for your aspirations for the community and the people that you connect with. I feel like you're really looking for your tribe. And if you've already connected with your tribe, then I believe that you're going to reevaluate the type of contribution you bring. You're going to bring new ideas. You have new visions and goals for yourself this year and for the people you love and the people you support and anything that you pour into. So that's already the vibes that we're picking up just with the sun transiting the 11th house. Now, I do want to talk about Mercury retrograding back into Capricorn. Venus is still retrograding in Capricorn and has been retrograding in Capricorn. This is your 10th house. And that's all about your career. the way you show up in life, your legacy, your public life, what you're known for, what you're committed to, and say, you know, you're well off where work is not a thing where that you have to do. This is also your expertise, what you know, what you master. This is also related to your discipline and your maturity, your responsibility. And so when I see Mars entering that sector of your house, I'm realizing like, okay, this is going to be a week where you really start to consider what's next for you in a big way, and you very well may take some action to bringing your career, your next step of development into life. Now, I do want to caution you guys, Aries, my fellow sister sign, you guys are a fire sign like me. We are driven, we are determined, we want to get stuff done. Aries, that's everything you're about. You are a leader, you're ruled by the planet Mars. So as Mars is going into your career house, into your public house, but again, we have to remember Mercury and Venus are retrograding. There will be some type of conflict with what you used to do versus what you are now doing. And this conflict, so to speak, let's imagine it in air quotes, because this doesn't have to be a bad thing. This just may be a thing where it's like, okay, I thought that this was the role, this was the title that I wanted for myself, but now I realize I want to shake stuff up. I want to do things differently, and you very well may be gearing up to have a new project underway this year. Now, the success of that project we'll talk about as the months go on, but I do want you to know that if new ideas, new thinking, new ways of doing things comes in, explore it. There's very likely to be a genius $1,000,000 idea you're sitting on at this time. Now, Aries, we do have Jupiter in your 12th house. And so, you know, Jupiter is the expander, it's the blesser. But immediately what just touches my heart and what grabs my attention with Jupiter being in your 12th house is the fact that you're being spiritually connected. The type of downloads, the type of influence that you can receive from the divine, the creator right now, will help you as your mind races with Mars in your 10th house. So if you have a new dream, if you have a new vision, basically what I'm saying is sit with spirit, see what they have to say, because you are being intuitively led and guided right now. And so a lot of big things can happen for you, because as the sun transitions from your 11th house right now into your 12th house next month, you, especially always right before your birthday, you'll go into this place of really digging and purging out the things that no longer serve you, paying attention to what you need to do. So right now you have all the energy, you have all the momentum to focus on the outside world. Next month, you'll be focusing internal. So right now, this is your time again to explore, to get creative, welcome new thoughts, welcome new visions. If there's a level of confusion with your career, your development, don't be nervous, don't be confused, you're not failing. This is just a time of newness, of transition, of change. So let's go ahead and get into the spiritual message. Hello, my beautiful Aries friends. Let's go ahead and get straight into this message. Now, Divine Spirit, Mother, Father, what is the message that you have for the Aries this week? Ooh, okay, so we got a jump card. Let's let it out. All right, 10 of Cups. That's already a good start. Okay, Spirit, what is the message you have for the Aries this week? Let's see. Queen of Cups. Okay. Page of Wands. Okay. I'm vibing. Seven of Swords. Not okay. Spirit, let's go ahead and clarify Seven of Swords. Strength. Yeah. Wow. Okay. So instantly, Aries, I immediately get a sense that someone may be taking your kindness for weakness. But let's keep going. Now, Spirit, show me the oracle message that you have for the Aries this week. Okay, these two really want to pop out. So we're going to let them pop out. Gestation period, spiritual narcolepsy. Very, very interesting. Wow, Aries, you guys have quite an interesting reading today. Repairing the body, mind, and spirit. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Aries, I mean, you guys are like, all right, Whitney, like we heard you say wow like 10 times. Let's get to it. I know my Aries, but listen, we got to really talk about this because you guys have, like I said, it's a really big message coming through. Just even as I look at the oracle cards, we have spiritual narcolepsy, the falling angel, we have winter's dream, gestation period. Very interesting. We have your detox, repairing the body, mind, and spirit. Obviously, we see the 7 swords reversed, the strength card. Okay, Whitney, what does this mean? Got it. Let's get into it. So first things first, Aries. I really believe that the 10 of Cups popped out, Spirit is telling me, is because you, listen, I know exactly what Spirit is saying right now to you guys. You guys know what you want. You guys know how you want to feel. You're not playing these BS games with anybody anymore. You're just not. Like you, and that's why I said I feel like someone's taking your kindness for weakness, Aries. You guys have hearts of gold. When you really love someone or when you really care about people, there's no lengths that you won't go to make sure that the people you care about are good. But there's also a point in your journey when you understand that because you are such a good person, because you do give so much, that you're not willing to sacrifice yourself for people who aren't going to stand up, love, and be loyal to you the way that you're loyal to them. I hope this makes sense. And so recently, and I feel like even before this week, Aries, I get a sense that your intuition has been kicking in like a magnet, like just a ding, 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 ding. And I really believe that's because Spirit has been highlighting, especially with Venus retrograde, especially with Mercury retrograde, everything we talked about. But Spirit is definitely highlighting what's working and what's not working. And it's kind of hard to shake anymore because before, you may have been able to justify someone's actions. And what I mean by that is you're not a pushover, but you like to see the good in people. So somebody or something may have happened where you're like, you know what? I can see how this possibly isn't a terrible thing, even though it's a terrible thing. You still try to find the good in it. And at this point in your journey, your intuition is so strong, your frequency is so high, there's no way you can justify people's bullcrap or situations that don't feel right because they're just not right and there's no other way to explain it. And so because you've known, you've given so much to your job, you've given so much to your family, you've given so much to the things that you care about. And so now it's like, listen, I've given you so much, but now I'm seeing that you're taking advantage of me. You're taking my kindness for weakness. I've tried to be there for you. I've tried to give you the benefit of the doubt, but now you're making me have to show you what I'm really about. You're making me show you that I can move forward without you. I can do things without you. I can be independent. I am independent. I am strong. I am worthy. I'm everything that I said I was. And even though you don't see it, even though this may not be a situation that feels like it, you're not going to give up and just allow yourself to just crumble and allow anyone or anything take you from your peace that you have set within yourself. I really hope this is making sense, Aries, because this is really truly a mix of an intuitive and a card reading right now. Half of what I'm getting is directly from Spirit. And so they're telling me right now that for maybe even the past few months, you may have not seen things clear. You may have known what it's felt like, but you may not have really been sure on how to move on it. And again, this can be anything, Aries. It's a general reading. So this could be your relationships, your love life, your intimacy. This could be your friendships. This could be your family members. This could be a job. This could be the fact that you have not yet taken momentum to start something new, which doesn't even seem like an Aries at all. But this is about being consistent with what you want. And so Spirit is saying whatever's not working for you, you can't hide it anymore. Whatever is not for you, whoever is not for you, if this job is not for you, if this friend is not for you, if this house is not for you, if this pay rate is not for you, then you need to move on to what is for you. Because the longer you allow yourself to stay in a place where it's like you keep allowing yourself to see the good, even though the situation's all effed up, you're kind of screwing yourself. And not only are you not going to let no one screw you, you're not going to screw yourself. So Spirit is saying, listen, you've given all that you can give.
We've shown you what it is. And this week, we need you to be cool with that. We need you to be okay with what you've seen. Which, in a way, Aries, I really think that you are. I think that you know everything you needed to know, and that this message is only confirmation of everything you've been feeling. And now that this is confirmation, this week is about you taking a stance and deciding what you're going to do differently. But see, the thing that you're going to do differently, it really has to feel right. The page is, first of all, is ruled by fire energy. You're a fire sign. So whatever you do, it really has to come from your heart. You're not a bullcrapper, Aries. You despise that. Like, you just prefer everyone to be real, to keep it real, you know, to be honest about how you feel. And so, because that's what you do, that's what you stand on. And so this week you're being called to be honest about how you feel and what you want. And so this repairing the mind, body, and spirit may really be taking place because, you know, you have to understand that just letting go of old relationships and people isn't easy. And it's not that it's challenging, it's just the fact that I hear Spirit saying what really disappoints me is I wouldn't do them the way that they did me. And so I do feel that this very well may be relating to people and relationships, but I also get a sense that you may just be looking at yourself and saying, okay, I went through that and I'm going to pick myself up and I'm not going to slow myself down anymore. You might also realize how you've been in your own way. And so Spirit is saying, fall into us. You know, have this period where we guide you. Have this period where you're led by your feelings, where you're led by your intuition, where you're led by your heart, by what feels right. So we can remove the snakes, we can remove the stagnation, we can remove the things that are draining you. So, woo, Aries, that is one heck of a message for this week. Yeah, this week's definitely all about you guys. Like, I mean, all about you. It's not about what anybody or anything else. It's all about you. And if something doesn't feel right, it's really, really time for you to honor that and to trust the feeling of your intuition, to trust that you were giving this for a reason. So, I love you guys so much. I hope this helps. Bye.
Hello, my beautiful Taurus friends. Let's talk about this chart as we start the week, okay? The first thing I want to talk about is how Mars has officially entered your 9th house. And when I think of Mars entering your 9th house, all I see is a person who is really, looking to broaden their horizon. You may be studying something, you guys may be going back to school. You may be wanting to learn something, develop your career a little further. You may also think about publishing. So writing a book, marketing more, sharing more information about your business, about what you do, or you may possibly be looking to go into a new business and sharing your resume. What I'm saying right now to you guys, Taurus, is that I definitely see a lot of movement, focus in the arena of travel, of spirituality, of publishing, of education, higher learning. So do know this. Now, the reason I had to mention that is because Mars has officially entered your 9th house in the sign of Capricorn, but we have Mercury and Venus retrograding in your 9th house. So if you see some delays in travel, don't be alarmed. Obviously, we're in retrograde season anyway, but let's get past that. The important thing that I'm really seeing for you guys is your career house is being highlighted right now. As we go deeper into Aquarius season, which we have officially started, the sun is transiting your career house, the house of your legacy, of your life's work, of your public image, how you show up, the things you're responsible for, the things you have mastery for. And so right now, it's no surprise, and it's a blessing that Mars is going through your 9th house, because if you guys are trying to build something, if you're trying to start a business, if you're trying to go back to school, whatever you're trying to do to expand yourself and how you'll make money or how you're known or what you show up in the world for, this is the time to do it. Now, this isn't the time to necessarily push out your business plans because we are in retrograde season. So I'm not going to recommend that. But what I will say, Taurus, is that this is the time to do the behind the scenes stuff. This is the time to really build that foundation, because great things could really happen for you by your birthday. Now we have a launch period, 2 ideal periods this whole year of the best time to launch things, and that would be from March 3rd until April 27th or 29th, I believe. I'll put it in the video, but that is when you push. So that's right as we're going into Taurus season at the end of April. So everything you can do now to build your business, build your brand, or at least how you're going to show up in the world, I highly recommend you do that, okay? Now, I'm seeing Jupiter in your 11th house. So the blessings for you right now, especially when it comes to, again, how you're going to show up, what you're creating, what you're putting out there, could come from your friendship group. It could come from the people you're associated with, your tribe. And if you're creating something to connect with your tribe, the likelihood of you actually succeeding is very good. So I'm really excited for you guys, because the ability to manifest change is all open for us all this year, but you guys have the right now to focus on the career, the discipline, the growth, how you want to show up in the world. So use it wisely. Now let's go ahead and get into the spiritual message. Hi Taurus, let's get straight into your message. Now Divine Spirit, Mother, Father, what is the divine message you have for the Taurus today? Let's see, Taurus. Let's see. Now we have Judgment. Interesting. The Empress. Okay. Okay. King of Swords. Okay. 3 of Wands. Okay. Taurus, where are y'all going with y'all lives? This is amazing. Now, Divine Spirit, please show me the oracle message that you have for the Taurus. Wow. Experiencing life as it comes. Holy crap. Wow. Taurus. First of all, I feel like your message is going to be quick and easy, because I feel like there's really not much to say, but to just say it. Now, first thing I'm noticing is the three of Wands. The Empress, number 3. We have the 14, which numerology breaks down to 5. This is very interesting. Let's talk about it. So first thing first, Taurus, I feel like you're waking up, and I really say that. I mean, obviously Judgment is here, but I feel like you are moving forward on your dreams. You're moving forward on your calling. You're moving forward on you. It's like you're just not sleeping on yourself anymore. You may have very well went through that dark period where it was like, I don't really know which way I'm going. I don't really know what I'm doing. But now I feel like you've allowed yourself to flow. You've allowed yourself to take that period of stillness where you were so humble. You were so graceful. You watched other people winning and you patiently waited for your time. And I really believe that's what the Empress is representing right here. And as you were waiting for your time, King of Swords, you started plotting, you started planning, you started preparing your future. You started knowing exactly where you wanted to go. Oh my gosh, Taurus. And so even down to this, your oracle card, Drifter, number 14, break down to 5, numerology, 5 means change. Experiencing life as it comes. So let's just backtrack. You were in a period where it was like, okay, I know that this is where I am, but something inside of you knew that that's where you needed to be in order to get where you wanted to go. And so you humbly allowed yourself to drift. Like the Oracle's card said, you allowed yourself to drift. You allowed yourself to be. You allowed things to come to you. You allowed your creativity to build. You allowed your creativity to spark. You allowed things to happen behind the scenes. You didn't need to make a lot of noise, Taurus. You didn't need to make a lot of noise to know where you were going. You knew what you wanted to do and so you started to plot and to plan and to get your future together. And Taurus, if you haven't done that already, which would be very surprising to me, then I will tell you you're very well on your way. This is confirmation that the things you've been thinking, the things you've been wanting, the things you want to create and especially build, especially if it has something to do with children, family, if it has something to do with your career, your status, what you own, what you control, what you put out.
If those are the things that you're looking to build and create, the amount of success that could come in right now, Taurus, is mind-blowing. So your message this week is to remind you that you went through what you went through for a reason. And in that reason, you created something that is so big, so monumental, that could really change your life. I mean, this is so groundbreaking, Taurus, that, like I said, the message is sweet and simple this week. Continue to chase your dreams. Continue to believe in yourself. Continue to plot. Continue to plan. Continue to build with this King of Pentacles. The King of Swords. You are so unshakable, but it's interesting I even said the King of Pentacles. The King of Swords rules your logic, your thinking, your mind, being sharp, not allowing anyone to come in and to distract you. And the King of Pentacles builds on that. So obtain both of those energies. Have both of those energies. Remember where you're going and refuse to be distracted this week. Spirit is saying you are literally in the process of birthing something with the Empress energy. You're in the process of creating something so big that will make you happy, that will make you feel free and alive, and it's what you wanted. This vision goes far beyond this week, Taurus. This is just the week reminding you that everything you want, you're going to have. Not even you can, you will have. Just stay consistent, stay focused, stay disciplined. Keep your eye on the prize. Have tunnel vision. Yeah, experience life and know that your time and your season is what it is. But know that you are creating life. You are building. You are setting a foundation right now, Taurus, this week especially. That's so strong. And it's so interesting that this message came up now, because next week on February 1st, we have the new moon in Aquarius. And I would highly recommend, Taurus, that you join my community ritual, because this message is a message for success. And so Spirit is telling you this week, go ahead and finalize exactly what you want. Because when the new moon comes, which there's also a video being uploaded on the new moon this week, so go ahead and subscribe for me. But as the new moon comes, you can really put your petitions, your prayers, your requests to the divine and really give it that amplification, that energy, that push from the cosmos. This was so quick. This was so simple. This was confirmation, Taurus. If you guys are building, know that this will be a success. If you're looking to build, but you weren't really sure, this is confirmation that it will be a success. When the new moon happens, I highly recommend for you guys to join my community ritual. If you do not, make sure you watch my video on what the energy is surrounding this moon, because this moon may very well be the thing and the energy that you need to take it to the next level. I love you guys. See you next time. Bye.
Well, hello, Geminis. Let's talk about the week as we begin, okay? The first thing I notice is that we have Mars officially entering your 8th house of Capricorn. So you guys may really feel the urge to take care of the inner work that's going on right now in your life. There could be a lot of things that have happened with Venus and Mercury going retrograde that make you question what's going on with you and if the goals you have for yourself are obtainable. But this is the time where Spirit is going to say, hey, we want to highlight your healing. We want to give you that regeneration. We want you to figure out what lies in the depths of your soul so we can clear that out and start new. Now, Mercury and Venus, well, Venus is already in Capricorn in your 8th house. Mercury is going to go back into your 8th house as it's retrograding. And when this happens, guys, with both of these planets, Venus is going to make us rethink our values, and ask us, is the thing that I put on a pedestal before, is that still on the same pedestal? Do I still feel that way about that thing or that person or that idea? And then Mercury is going to come in and it's going to have your thoughts going wild. Like, okay, I wanted to push forward with that, but now I got to focus on this. And guys, if this happens where it's kind of like this imbalance or you're feeling a little off because you have things to do in the world, but you also want to focus on you. I just want you guys to know, if that happens, be easy on yourself. There is a little bit of an imbalance, but if you can find the time to just breathe, take care of yourself, prioritize yourself and what you have going on in the world, that is a big must know for this week. Now, even though Mars is in your 8th house, having you focus on all the things that are deep inside of you, really pulling out your spirituality, digging deep and starting new endings and beginnings for you. You have the sun in your 9th house. So this is exciting. You guys are big thinkers, big dreamers anyway. So expect to want to go deeper with yourself, with the world, with what you're learning, with what you're creating. So some new ideas and visions could come up, but also you getting things done and allowing things to happen for you can really be supported now through different types of learning and educational tools, but also through your friendship groups. Now, the one thing I did also want to mention is that Jupiter is in your 10th house, guys, in the sign of Pisces. This is exciting because obviously Jupiter expands and it brings a lot of blessings for the most part. So with Jupiter in the sign of Pisces, even though this does square your house, you may very well see some blessings in the areas of your career, in the areas of your money. You may be giving an opportunity. So just pay attention to that, okay? Some good things could really happen for you guys this year. So let's go ahead and get into the spiritual message.
Well, hello, my Geminis. Let's go ahead and get straight into your message. Now, Divine Spirit, Mother, Father, please step forward for the Geminis and for their highest and greatest good. What is the message you have for the Geminis this week? Let's see, Geminis. Let's see. Okay. Ooh. Okay, Geminis. This makes me really happy for you guys. Now, Spirit, please show me the oracle message you have for the Geminis this week. Wow. Wow. You see this amazingly beautiful card? Closing door. Completion. Wow. Okay, Geminis, let's go ahead and talk about this reading. And I'm just taking a second because I want to make sure I understand the message and that I'm mixing my intuitive guidance with this. Okay. Now, the first thing that I really do feel like Spirit is telling me to let you guys know on an energy level. Spirit is saying, it's okay, you can exhale. It's okay, you can exhale. Now, Geminis, off the bat, I know that there's something that you want for yourself. I know that there's a place that you're going. I know that there's a vision you have for yourself. Maybe it's to get over this hump in your life. Maybe it's to start a new chapter. Maybe you have a new job. Maybe you're starting a new business. Maybe you're moving forward and just even maybe transitioning, traveling, relocating. Whatever it is, it's something big. And this thing is going to give you security. It's the thing that's going to make you feel at peace. It's the thing that feels like home. Whatever you're looking to build, to create, to welcome into your life, it's for your sense of security. It's for your happiness. It's for your peace. And it is coming. Now, even though it's coming and things are being fixed and repaired and worked in your favor, sometimes you still have doubts that everything is going to work out. Sometimes you wonder, is all of the energy, the effort that I'm putting in, is it really going to work? Are these things really going to come to pass? And Spirit is saying that they are. Wow, I feel like your reading is just as fast as Taurus is going to be because the message is sweet and it's so simple. Spirit is saying that right now, blessings are coming into your life. They really are. But you have to hold on to the vision. You have to hold on to the belief. You have to know that good things can work out for you and they will work out for you. And you won't have to do a whole lot of hard work. You just have to be. If you can feel happy, you'll get happy. And it's really that simple, Geminis. Now, I know your mind is quite complex and you're like, yeah, whatever, there's more steps, Whitney, but right now this week, it's really about your feelings. honoring what feels right, especially with the Wands energy. The Wands is ruled by fire energies, you know, the Leos, the Sagittarius, the Aries, but it's ruled by passion, the thing that ignites you. And then when we see the Four of Wands, this thing that ignited you, this vision gave you this peace. It made your soul smile. So again, Spirit is saying, don't worry about what's in front of you. If things don't look like they're working out, if things don't look like they're moving according to plan, don't let that get in your way. Don't let that stop you from having the vision. Don't let that make you feel like your vision isn't going to be a success or it's not obtainable. Spirit is saying you had to go through this cycle. And not only did it build your faith, it made you remember of everything that you can do, how the universe can work, how blessings can just happen and fall into your lap. Miracles do exist. It also shows you how your persistence, your prayers, your petitions are all being heard. Spirit is saying you are so divinely connected. Don't allow these fears to stop you. Now, the next thing I want to take you is closing door. Now, as we look at the number, it's 5, and in numerology, 5 means that change is occurring. It is literally the number of change. And so when we see a closing door that says completion, and we look back down at judgment, we can clearly see that you are moving forward from one chapter of your life to another. That's why I said these questions of what is going to happen, what do I do, did I waste my time, was this a good investment, that needed to happen. You needed to question those things. That chapter of your life had to come to a close, because if you didn't question those things, you wouldn't have had this new vision for yourself. You wouldn't have had these new desires. You wouldn't have wanted to break out of the monotony and the old and the stagnant. You wouldn't have wanted to start something new if you didn't have the opposition, because you were comfortable. But now there was opposition to your comfortability, and so now you've refocused your vision so you can have that comfort again. Does this make sense, Gemini? And so now as this new vision is forming, Spirit is saying we need you to trust it. We need you to know that you are divinely guided. You are exactly where you need to be. You can do this. You will do this. And you will succeed, because we're closing a door and we're starting new. And you can trust this new chapter. This new chapter is being created out of your desires. So choose wisely. Now, Geminis, this is super exciting because next week on February 1st, we have the new moon in Aquarius. Aquarius is a fellow sign of yours. She is another air sign. So the amount of progress you can make in your thoughts, in the way you think, in the way you're bringing things into fruition, the way that you manifest, the time is definitely now. So Spirit is saying this week, hold on to that vision. Remember your why. Don't allow fear to overtake you. Don't allow questions of, is this worth it? Actually don't even allow that to exist. Know that you're on the right track. Trust what you're being led to. Trust what you're feeling you're being guided to, because you're ultimately being led to your happiness. Know that miracles can happen, and they want to happen for you. So let go of anything that's not serving you and choose you. I love you guys. I'll see you next week. Bye.
Hello, my Cancer friends. So let's go ahead and start this week off right. Let's talk about the first thing that I see. Guys, Cancer, your 7th house is the sign of Capricorn. And let me just make sure I'm right. Yes, it is the sign of Capricorn. And so Mars has officially entered your 7th house. Now, before we go into that, we have to know that Venus has been going retrograde in your 7th house. And now Mercury is still going retrograde, but it's going to go back into Capricorn, which is your 7th house. Now, what I'm seeing is, guys, and the 7th house rules your relationships. So it has a lot to do with marriage, joint partnerships, agreements, balance, harmony, you know, the connection between some other people. It also has to do with like legal matters, business and agreements. But so think of your business agreements, your business partnerships, your intimate partnerships, all of that is being highlighted. Your relationships in general are really going to be a topic of conversation, thoughts, and feelings for you. Now, Venus has been going through your 7th house, making you question the relationships in your life. And if it hasn't made you question your relationships, it had you question yourself with What am I accepting versus what do I deserve to accept? You know, what am I allowing? What have I allowed? What do I deserve now? What are my boundaries now? Everything is changing for you. So the way you used to think about people and situations in your relationships, I really believe that's changing. And now with Mercury going back into your 7th house, you may find yourself having some communication issues with people, especially a spouse or a partner or family member. So keep your eyes open for that. This isn't the time to make big commitments with people, so don't be in a rush, because with Mars direct in your 7th house, you may really want to figure things out, have solutions to the problems that may have shown themselves during these retrogrades. But I do want to caution you that Mars rules energy. It rules your life force, your activity, your courage, your assertiveness. But when Mars goes through the 7th house and we got these retrogrades, Venus and Mercury, and if there's some type of already discord between you and another person, the ability for it to get heated could be there. It is a potential. So just make sure that you don't allow your emotions to overtake you when dealing with the relationships that have significance in your life. Now, you guys have already dealing with relationship issues. You have the sun going through your 8th house in the sign of Aquarius. Now, the 8th house is going to have you go deep within yourself. It's going to have you see the truth of what you've allowed and what you have been allowing versus what you need to do to heal anything that you haven't deserved. Now, outside of the depths of your soul, you guys may experience some financial issues coming up. And if they're not financial issues, then just financial topics. So other people's resources, taxes, any type of sharing of finances could highly be an area of topic over the next month as well. Okay, so just think about that and be wise with your money. This is not a time to spend recklessly, especially during the retrogrades. But with Saturn already in your money house, with Saturn already in your 8th house, you want to be very cautious about learning the lessons that you're supposed to learn. So if you've had some financial hiccups, whether shared or individually connected to somebody, this is the time to heal it. This is the time to pay attention to it. And you guys got to remember, Mercury will be going back when it stations direct on February 3rd into your 8th house. And when this happens, all the things that may be challenging for you to acknowledge and deal with right now, it may get a little easier as Mercury allows open doors of communication and thinking to happen. So I'm excited. Let's go ahead and hop into the spiritual message and see what Spirit has to say, okay? Hi, Cancers. Let's get straight into your spiritual message. Now, Divine Spirit, Mother, Father, what is the divinely guided message that you have for the Cancers this week? Let's see, Cancers. Let's see. All right, first we got the Four of Pentacles, Page of Swords, Six of Wands reversed, Ace of Cups reversed. I instantly am getting a sense as I even just pull the cards in 1 second. Spirit, show me, what is the oracle message you have for the Cancers this week? Movement toward adventure. I'm getting a feel to call another one. Transpersonal. Very interesting. And it's 50 and 60. Okay. So, Cancers, I'm getting a really strong inclination. So, obviously, this is a mix of intuitive and card reading. The first thing I gotta tell you that Spirit is telling me is that there's something that you want so bad and it's not being given. And what I really, really feel like a lot of this has to do with is relationships, Cancer. I gotta be honest. I'm feeling like there's some disappointment in your relationships, or there's some feelings of insecurity. Now, let's talk about it. Now, this doesn't have to be for all Cancers. So if the message applies, then let it apply. If it doesn't, let it fly, okay? Let me know in the comments if it did. Now, first things first, Cancer, is when I see this Four of Pentacles, I instantly just think like,
You give so much. You know, when we see him, he's not being selfish because he just wants to be selfish. He's being selfish because he worked freaking hard to get where he is, to have everything that he has. And so when it comes, what I'm hearing from Spirit is when it comes to you pouring into other people, you don't just half-ass that. Like, you really go all in when you care. You really do. Like, you're not shady with your love. You're upfront, you're open, you're honest, you communicate. Page of Swords, I really do believe you communicate what you want. And I feel like you have been communicating what you want, or you need to. That's where this may differ. Now, for some of you guys, there's this, actually, Spirit is saying all of you, anybody watching this right now, there's a need to communicate what you're really feeling. Like, and don't be afraid of communicating it, because I get a sense that there's some fear attached to you speaking your truth. If you say you're unhappy, if you say you're dissatisfied, if you say you're not getting what you know you deserve, are you worried that you won't get the outcome that you want? Are you worried that you're going to be left alone, emotional in your feelings? You think this is going to be a negative thing? So Spirit is saying, first thing is we need to check you on your thoughts. I wouldn't be surprised if you guys have been seeing 111. Spirit is saying that you really need to watch how you're thinking, because you know what you think, you manifest. And so right now, if you're thinking the worst, you're going to manifest the worst. So you know what you want, you know what you deserve, you know what you are worth. And yet there's something inside of you that either knows you have to say it and you're not saying it, or you're damn near ready to say it. And Spirit is saying, say it. Say it anyway. Say it regardless. Say and speak your truth. Don't worry about how you're going to be received. Don't worry about how you're going to feel. Just speak your truth. Because I feel like you may want to regret it. It may be something that's you're going to regret. But Spirit is saying, why? Why are you going to regret your truth? Speak and be free and be bold and be brave and stand up for what you know you deserve. Because the truth is, you're not just standing up to what you know you deserve. You're standing up against what you don't deserve. So Spirit is saying you're not really afraid of the outcome. You're afraid of what you're facing. Let's say, for instance, you are in a relationship, or you're dating someone and something is not going right, and you know you need to say something because it's in your heart to do so, clearly with the Ace of Cups, and you haven't said it because you're afraid of the outcome where it may not work out in your favor. You guys may break up, you may not talk anymore, they may not receive you well, etc., etc. And Spirit is saying, don't worry about that. Because right now, that's already the opposition. The opposition is already the fact that you think something's going to be wrong by you expressing yourself. Don't you see how that's a problem? Don't you see how you need to be free to talk? Especially as a Cancer. You're a naturally emotional, nurturing creature. You need to make sure that the people you care for are there for you the way that you're there for them. It needs to be reciprocated. You need to feel the love. And so you're standing up against not feeling the love. And if it's not a situation with a person, it's a situation that you're unhappy in, that you know you need to break out of, and yet you stay stagnant in. Spirit is saying, this is the week to be unafraid. This is the week to have those conversations. This is the week to think those big dreams, to go ahead and be bold and step out there. This is the week to do something new. As we look at your spiritual card, the first one that popped out was the number 50, Spirit of the River, movement toward adventure, right? And then we got number 60, the Watchers, transpersonal. Really intriguing to me how it goes from 5 to 6. Then we got number 6 in this card, but it's reversed. What am I saying here? I'm saying that Spirit is trying to move you forward. They're trying to see that the things that you're wanting to express, they need to come out, because you need to speak your truth. You're unhappy. There's something inside of you that doesn't feel complete. And whatever it is, you have to acknowledge you cannot sit on your truth anymore. And anything that stops you from speaking your truth boldly and authentically and proudly is something that you need to ask if it even deserves your time, your energy, and your attention. Spirit is saying, do not be afraid to fail. Do not be afraid of what you're going to lose. Not everything you lose is a loss. And so you try to hold on, Cancers, to people. into situations, into feelings that do not serve you, because you just want something to be close. You want something to be real. You want something to be genuine. See, the thing is, Cancers get a bad rep. You guys are so loving, so nurturing, so there for those that you give and give and give to and that you care about. But then when you want it in return, a lot of time you guys don't get it back. And so if you're speaking your truth, I need you to understand that this may not make other people happy, but it's not about them. In the long term, it's really what's best for you. And if you're thinking about speaking your truth, you can't worry about whether or not it makes them happy. It's best for you in the long run. I know you want love. I know you want true companionship. I know you want self-expression. And so Spirit is saying, instead of you holding on to them and what they want, or to that situation and what that situation needs, hold on to your truth. Hold on to your authenticity. Speak your mind. Be brave. Don't worry about the outcome, and don't let your fears get the best of you. I love you guys so much. I hope this helped, and I'll see you next week. Bye.
Well, hello, my fellow Leos. Let's go ahead and talk about this chart that I'm looking at as we start off the week. First things first, fellow Leos. Listen, we had a run with Saturn in our 6th house. I believe it was like 2019 to 2021, roughly. It depends on your chart. But Saturn already went through Capricorn, which was our 6th house. And it made us look at ourselves. It made us look at our health, our finances, our commitments, our what we needed to improve, the way we showed up, our work, our habits. I mean, it really kind of beat us down. And now we have Mars entering our 6th house. Now let's just take it slower really quick, okay? We have Venus that's been going through Capricorn, already retrograding. So you may have really been reevaluating your appearance, your health, starting to create new healthy habits for yourself, or at least Venus may have shined a light to the areas that do need more self-care and acknowledgement. You may be thinking of changing your routine, developing a new skill or a new hobby. The way you work now may not be the way you want to work. And so you're thinking about switching that up. Basically what I'm saying is I do see a lot of shifts in the things that you used to do compared to the way you're thinking now. So we've had Venus going on, like I said. Now Mercury is going to retrograde back into Capricorn this week, which again is your 6th house, as it's retrograde. So they're both going to be retrograde. So when we think about retrograde, just think of rewind, renew, reset, refocus, rethink, rejuvenate. So the topics of your life that you really have the potential to heal, to start new, to focus on and give your full undivided attention, again, goes to your health, your diet, your work life, how you want to show up in the world, how you want to contribute, your skill sets. Any type of self-improvement and development has the potential to really make some headway. And if not this week, you're going to start feeling it. You're going to want to start getting things in motions for yourself, Leos. You're going to want to start creating a plan. And that's just going to happen naturally with the Mars energy. But as we get out of these retrogrades, at the end of Venus goes direct on the 29th. Mercury goes direct on February 3rd. And despite the fact we'll still be in shadow periods, with Mars being in Capricorn, you are really going to have the momentum to get things done, and they will get done, and possibly for the better if you allow yourself to use this energy wisely. Now, the Sun is going through Aquarius, which is your 7th house. At this time, you may really be looking over your relationships, and saying, who needs to be in my life and who doesn't. After Mercury comes back and goes direct, it will again go through your 7th house as it re-enters Aquarius. And when this happens, this is the time to really connect with people, see how your relationships can help you, what they can bring into your life, because the potential to have connections this year that'll really get you somewhere is highly likely. So don't sleep on your relationships, but do pay attention to who you're connected to, because not everyone is supposed to go with you where you're going. Now, guys, Jupiter is in Pisces, which is your 8th house. So as we're talking about healing and releasing and letting go of the things that don't serve you, Jupiter really has the ability right now to help you with that. And also, if you found yourself in any financial binds that may be attached to another person, especially shared resources such as a marriage, a partnership, whatever, you may also have the ability to overcome that with grace and love and protection. So this is a good time this week to look over your finances, figure out if there's anything that you need to fix, renew. This is also a good week to look at your partnerships, figure out who and what is for you, what is not, how you want to connect with people. And also, this is your time to really do the work on yourself, because the ability to make big gains from this is happening all right now. So let's go ahead and get into the spiritual message, fellow Leos. I love you guys.
Leos, let's get straight into your reading. So I'm excited as always to talk to you guys because you know I'm a Leo. We have a jump card. Okay, we got the Ace of Pentacles. Let's sit that right there. Now, Divine Spirit, Mother, Father, what is the message you have for the Leos? Oh my gosh. We got 2 jump cards. Okay, the 10 of Pentacles. Spirit, what is the message that you have for the Leos this week? Wow. Yeah, we're going to put those right there. Spirit, what is the message you have for the Leos this week? All right, guys. I mean, we got 2 of the best money things we could get. Let's see what else is going to come through. So we have the Queen of Cups reversed. Interesting. The 2 of Cups reversed. And the World. Wow. Wow. Let's see. Ace of Cups reversed. Wow. Leos, this is interesting. Spirit, what is the oracle message that you have for the Leos this week? Eye of the Needle. Intentionality. Oh my gosh. Wow, what a beautiful, beautiful card. Oh my goodness. Leo, first things first, I gotta talk to you guys, because this is one heck of a message. So just to let you know off the bat, not only is this a card reading, I'm feeling very intuitively guided right now to say the next few things that I'm about to say. First of all, I feel like there was some major disappointment in your life. I feel like there was something in your life that caused one chapter to end, but at the same time, it was a new beginning. And what I mean by that, Leos, is the fact that we have this Queen of Cups reversed. There may have been questions of your self-doubt. There may have been fears, insecurities that you had going on inside of you that didn't even stem from you. They may have stemmed from a partnership with this 2 of Cups. This 2 of Cups right here. I really feel like there was a situation that you were in where you were either linked to somebody or something that wasn't for your highest and greatest good. And because it wasn't for your highest and greatest good, you caused yourself to ask these questions that you normally don't ask. These insecurities, these fears, these doubts started creeping in because you were unequally yoked with the thing that you were supposed to be yoked with. And so when you went through that, when you went through the pain of that, of realizing that, hey, something inside of me is off. I'm not feeling my best right now. Something isn't like my normal self. And I don't even feel like that's this week, Leos. I feel like that's something from the past. This is a feeling that you previously experienced. Was this feeling of insecurity, doubt, and inacceptance of yourself and where you were going. And again, I really don't believe it was even tied to you. I feel like it was tied to a situation that you were a part of or somebody that you were connected to. And then you realized through your emotions that this isn't for me. Okay, something's not right in me because I'm dealing with a situation that's not for me. Again, a person, a place, a thing. And so now you're ready for this newness with the World card. And as I want to pull up the World card. As you notice, we actually have the fixed signs on the World card. At least the Leo, the Taurus. You know, the one thing that I want to mention that Spirit is calling me really to say is that You've been uncomfortable so you can get comfortable, Leo. There was, again, something inside you knew that you were off because of the way you were thinking, feeling, vibrating, and you knew that it wasn't necessarily yours. And so you went through this feelings of emotional insecurity, and now you're ready to break free. You're ready to start new, which is why I very well believe that the Ace of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles popped out. Both upright, mind you. And then we have the Eye of the Needle, intentionality. My whole business is intentions, right? With Whitney, but intentions. And so with the Ace of Pentacles, that's saying, what do you want? You can literally have the world in your hands. You can create what it is that you want. You can build a new beginning, but whatever it is you build, be consistent with it. Don't allow anybody or anything to come in between you and this vision you have for yourself, because this vision that you're creating, this vision that you're building on, this thing that you're giving your time, your energy, and attention to is what is going to take you to the next level with the Ten of Pentacles. Now, the Ten of Pentacles can look a lot of different ways depending on the situation, but energetically in this reading, I get a sense that you're building something that you know is going to give you the security that you need, especially financially, materially. It's going to set you up to win. And I feel like the reason you haven't already won yet was because you had these things going on internally that weren't even yours to carry, because someone else told you something about you that caused insecurity or a fear or a doubt, or somebody you were attached to had an insecurity or a fear or a doubt, and then you took on their energy and made it yours. And whatever the bull crap was, Leos, you're not doing it anymore. You're not allowing yourself to feel sad and stuck and stagnant. You're going to be your own victor. You're going from a victim to a victor. You're going to be victorious, Leos. And so Spirit is saying it is your time. This is the time. This is the time to break free from all bad habits, all bad people, relationships, partnerships, businesses that do not serve you. And as you're creating this newness in your life with the Ace of Pentacles, and know that it's going to get you the Ten of Pentacles, be intentional. Be so intentional. I mean, look at the beauty of that card, Leo. The eye is literally in the eye. Like, oh my goodness. And it says intentionality, the eye of the needle. So you are guiding the path. You are carving the path. And that's written out here with the Ace of Pentacles. Whatever you're choosing to commit to at this time is going to be huge for you, Leo. Now, next week, we have the new moon in Aquarius, your opposing sign, on February 1st. The ability to create change and then see it by your birthday in a really big way with the Ten of Pentacles is huge. So right after this Aquarian new moon, we have another full moon in Leo on February 16th. Guys, what I'm saying is, this week is the week to cut off any loose ends. If there's somebody or something that you know you're not supposed to be partnered with, you need to get it out of your life, because Spirit is intentionally starting you on a new chapter, one that you can trust in, one that you can believe, one that is really going to set you up, baby. It's going to set you up for life if you do this right, and you allow yourself not to be distracted by your own thoughts, your own feelings, your own insecurities, or anybody that stands in your way. This week is about getting your mind right so you can push, and so you can pull, and so you can move forward in the direction of your dreams. Oh, Leo, this is so good. I really hope this helped. Be intentional this week. Anything that doesn't serve you, let it go. Trust this new chapter, because you are literally manifesting a successful future. I love you guys so much. I'll see you next time. And if you want to join my community ritual, I would highly suggest that for both the Aquarius the Aquarius new moon and the Leo full moon. This is our opposing sign, guys. This is huge. The energy of breakthroughs, the momentum we could get together is very heightened. So highly consider it, and check out my full moon and new moon videos that will be up soon. I love you guys. Bye.
Hey Virgo, so let's go ahead and talk about this chart. Now, as we start off the week, we see that Mars has entered your 5th house of Capricorn. Now, this can be exciting. So the 5th house is ruled by Leo. So this is all about your self-expression, your passion, your creativity. This could mean children and romance. Whatever excites you, whatever gives you pleasure and makes you feel alive, this is that house. So we have Mercury going retrograde and will travel through Capricorn, again, your 5th house. As this week goes through, we have Venus retrograde in your 5th house as well. So guys, if there's been some issues with love or romance and your relationships, don't worry. Venus retrograde is showing you what's not working, and it shows you what you do want, what will work. Now, as Mercury goes retrograde into Capricorn again, your 5th house, you may be really asking yourself, like, how do you want to switch things up? You know, when it comes to your self-expression and your state of being, what do you want to be known for? What do you want to do? You know, how do you want to create at this time in your life? Because a lot of things are changing for us as Venus is going retrograde. It's, you know, shifting our values and what we find important and what we deem, again, valuable. So your ability to be someone completely new and to change anything you want this year is here. So again, we have Mars going through your 5th house, which is exciting. Now let's talk about where the sun is. The sun is in Aquarius, which is your 6th house. This is giving you the time, the focus on the time to focus on self-improvement, self-development. This may also be giving you the opportunity to, you know, tighten your work up to where you really have a plan for 2022. You know where you want to go. You know what you want to do. Virgos, you guys make stuff happen. And so when the sun is going through your 6th house, I kind of feel like you guys are already at home. But the thing is, just remember not to beat yourself up too much. That the old work habits that you used to have that may have been super demanding or maybe even overwhelming, Spirit is saying go ahead and lift that up. You can realize that potential and success can still happen even without you losing yourself and not taking care of yourself. So prioritize your self-care, prioritize taking care of yourself, your health, your happiness. Figure out how to mix work into all of that happy balance, and then make time for play, especially as Mars goes through your 5th house. You know, make time to date, make time to have fun and enjoy those guilty pleasures. You know, this is your time. Now, the one thing I do want to talk about before we go into the spiritual message is Jupiter is sitting in the sign of Pisces, which is your 7th house. So guys, this year, for at least a good portion, while Jupiter hangs out in Pisces, the ability for you guys to meet a person or have a real connection with your love life is super heightened. And if you guys are like, Whitney, I don't care about love, then when it comes to business partnerships, legal matters, any type of business agreements and connections, the ability to connect with the right person and make a lot of leeway is here. So pay attention to your relationships and the people you come in contact with this year. You know, also pay attention to your wants and your needs. And if what was once serving you, if it's not serving you now, don't be afraid to let that go. Whether it's a person, a job, an identity, you can change at any time. Now let's go ahead and get into this message. Hi Virgos, let's go ahead and get into your message. Now, Divine Spirit, Mother, Father, what is the spiritual message that you have for the Virgos this week? Now let's see, Virgos. With you guys, Spirit likes to talk specifics. Ace of Wands. Interesting. 5 of Swords. The Star card. The Sun. I like this, Virgos. I like this. Now, Spirit, what is the oracle message that you have for the Virgos this week? Wow. Many mask. The authentic self. Number 38. Wow. This is interesting. Now I'm just feeling my way through this message, Virgo. Okay. You know, already as I'm just looking at this message and I'm speaking to Spirit,
the Oracle card Mini Mask, the authentic self, is making me feel like that's exactly what you guys are walking into. I'm not saying that you weren't your authentic self, but what I'm going to say is that I feel like there were situations in your life where you've had to be protective, you've had to be guarded, you've had to be kind of weary about who and what was for you and near you. But I feel like you're also healing from that. But I also feel like that has been triggered. So let's go ahead and talk about this reading. First thing first, Virgos, I'm getting a sense that you're ready to come alive. I feel like you're ready to shine. You're ready to do your thing. You're ready to just keep moving up in life per usual. But Spirit is saying the way you're going by doing that, how has that been working for you? You know, I do get a sense that, like I was saying, things throughout your life, situations have happened where you've had to have boundaries, you've had to have certain responses, you've had to have maybe even an electrical force field near you where if anyone tries to touch you, just get zapped, so to speak. You've had to have that so you don't get hurt, because there was a period of time when you didn't, and you did get hurt and you were like, nope, won't go through that again, learn my lesson. And so I feel like certain things have been triggered for you, especially with Venus in retrograde, you know, asking you the hard questions. What does matter to you now? Who matters to you? What does your love life look like? What do you want it to look like? What have you allowed? What will you now allow? And so I feel like all those questions have come up and you've really asked yourself the deep questions and said, you know what, maybe I do see areas of my life that have not worked for me and my relationships or with myself and my development. Maybe I have been, you know, a victim to people. However, maybe I've stayed in the victim mentality for longer than I even knew, because of the unhealthy things that I was doing, and I never really realized it. And so now this week, I believe that you have a chance to heal yourself. And it's so beautiful because Venus, and we just spoke about it in the astro part, but Venus is going direct on the 29th. On the 1st of February, and I do recommend you guys join our community moon ritual, because we have a new moon in Aquarius. And so this is going to be just really, really good, because that's your 6th house. And so the ability to do things differently and really put your heart and your soul in them is highlighted with that new moon in Aquarius. So Spirit is saying again this week, analyze what needs to be changed, switch things up, do things different. If there's a person or a situation or a vibe you get from someone that re-triggers you, maybe that person's not for you, and keep it moving. You know, if there's a certain way that you respond that you know that you don't want to respond anymore because you want to grow, revisit that. You have all the opportunity this week to revisit what has held you back, what is holding you back, and what you can do to change it and actually make change. Now, I do want to talk to you guys about this change, because immediately as I said that, Spirit was talking about your love life and your groups that you're surrounded and associated with. So even if it's not dating and romance for you at this time, your friendships are definitely being talked about. Spirit is saying that as you start to remove these boundaries or these insecurities that once existed and you held on to, whether you knew it or not, that authentic nature, this unmasked self, is going to come through. And I really see you connecting with your soulmate, connecting with your soul tribe, connecting with the people that you actually want to talk to, that you actually can find mentally stimulating and who can keep up with you, Virgo, you know, especially Virgos. And trust me, I have a lot of Virgo placements, so I know. But you will actually meet the people that are meant for you. You will find yourself in the right situations at the right time with the opportunities and the people that you want. And so that's why this week is really important, because right before the new moon, before this fresh start in your 6th house, you have the ability to really relook with all this retrograde energy, relook, refigure, reconstruct your state of being, so you can have this happiness, the ultimate thing that you're going for. And in this happiness, you're really going to get more than you expected, Virgo. Even the 8 and the 3, it breaks down to 11, and in numerology that equals 2. So the ability to be your authentic self breaking down to 2 means that that's going to lead you to this other person, lead you to that connection, lead you to that tribe, to that friend, to that opportunity, to that place, to your place of home. So this goes way deeper than just, insecurities. This really goes into your future, into your peace, into everything that you've always wanted. Especially when we see the sun here, this could be family, this could be children, this could be marriage. This could just be a state in your life where you're literally at eternal bliss. So this is exciting. I love you guys so much, and I hope this helped. This week is your week to clear up any old thing that's holding you back and allow yourself to heal so you can start new. I love you guys. Bye.
Hello, Libras. So I have my moon in Libra, so I totally get where you guys are coming from most of the time. Now let's talk about this week ahead for you guys, okay? Astrologically speaking. So the first thing that I'm noticing off the bat is that Mars has officially entered your 4th house, which is the sign of Capricorn. Now, depending on your birth chart, this will differ, but for general purposes, Mars has officially entered your 4th house. Now, the 4th house is connected to your feelings, your connection with your mother, your emotional security, your home and your family life, your traditions. And it also deals with your roots, so the feeling of groundedness, the feeling of connection to the things that you love and the people that you love. Now, this may have been a little insecure recently. You might have felt like you're not really sure what is going on in your home, or what's going on with your family, what's going on with your relationships with the women in your life. That may have a lot to do with Venus retrograde, but also if you find yourself in difficult situations in the home, Spirit wants to highlight these things so you know what areas to work on and what areas need to be overcome and worked through. So a lot of attention will be on family life, connections, children, homes. You may be looking for a new home. So Mars will give you the energy, the momentum to focus on those relationships, those goals, that energy of that sector, okay? Now, we have the sun going through your 5th house right now, and this is exciting. The 5th house also rules children. It's Leo energy, my sun sign. It gives you that self-expression, the passion, the creativity, the joy, the pleasure, the excitement, everything that you enjoy, Libras. The sun is going through that house. So this is the time to bring your creative dreams to life. If you guys want to start a business, this is the time to get all those ideas and get all that stuff building up now, so then when retrogrades are over, you can launch it out. If you guys are feeling excited and you just want to play and you want to kick your feet up and you want to enjoy your time, this is the time to do it. Spirit is giving you all of the opportunities to really find what makes you happy and your heart sing. Now, this also may bring up topics of love and connections with people, so pay attention. You may see some really good things happening from that, your relationships with people, whether it's business associates, friendships, family, partnerships. Keep your eyes open. You could have a really good connection come in that could change the course of your life. Now, I just want to kind of give you a little sample of what's to come. As we move into March, as the sun goes into your 6th house of Pisces, get prepared to work. Okay, so all of these creative ideas and endeavors that you have right now, really get them rock solid, build that foundation, because as things start moving along, you will be required to put in that hustle and bustle to make your dreams a reality. So let's go ahead and let's get into the spiritual message, Libras.
So Libras, it's your turn. Now, funny fact, not so funny, I guess. When I was editing the video to put it up, I realized that I did not pull cards for Libra. How could I do that? Libra is my moon sign. So let's get into it, guys. There's got to be a reason that we save the best for last, right? So, Divine Spirit, Mother, Father, please step forward for the Libras and for their highest and greatest good. And please, oh, we got a jump card. Okay, Three of Cups reverse. Interesting. Divine Spirit, Mother, Father, please show me the message you have for the Libras this week. All right, Libras. So let's see why the 3 of Cups came up. And not only why the 3 of Cups, but what is the message? We have the Page of Swords. Okay, so clearly a message is coming through. The Tower. Very interesting. The Fool. Okay, and then Spirit. The Empress reversed. Now, Spirit, give me one more card to piggyback off of that Three of Cups reversed. Holy crap. The Seven of Swords. Ooh, reversed. And then this card wants to pop out, the Three of Pentacles. Okay, so I'm guessing we saved the best for last because Spirit has a very loud and proud message. Now, Divine Spirit, Mother, Father, please show me the Oracle card you have for the Libras this week. Horseman, Herald of Change, number 30. Wow. Okay. So, Libra, woo, we have some interesting stuff right here. And as I'm looking at it, I just want to have a chance to feel it out. So bear with me, okay? Okay. So the first thing I want to start with is, obviously this is an intuitive and a card reading, but so I need to start with the message that Spirit gave me even as I was shuffling, because like I told you guys, I was literally sitting on my couch editing the video for YouTube, and I realized, I was like, oh my gosh, how could I have left out Libra? And as I was shuffling, I literally asked Spirit, I was like, Spirit, is this like Mercury retrograde? Because it's definitely during Mercury retrograde, which is a part of it. But Spirit said, well, did you take the time to really pace yourself? Did you think this through? And I feel like this message applies not just to me, but to Libras, because Spirit is calling me to share it, is we know you have a plan for your future. We know that there's things you want to create, you want to conjure into reality, you want to manifest. But are you worried so much about manifesting that you don't take care of the root, aka you, aka the home, the body, the temple, the mind, the body, the spirit? Because even this oracle card, the Horseman, he's a herald of change, number 30. 30, the mind, the body, the spirit. Now, I say all this because I don't think that you haven't not been taking care of yourself, but I definitely think that maybe you've been so caught up in what you want to create that you're missing some of the very crucial things that are in front of you. And that's what takes me into these cards. Now, first things first is that I really feel like you're sitting on a gold mine. I feel like there's something that you want to come in. You want to manifest something that's going to change your life. But at the same time, I feel like you're trying to force it into creation. You're trying to force things into the way that you want to see them. Now, on one hand, I feel like, Spirit is telling me that I can't say that, because I'm getting pulled between two Libras in this card. On one hand, I feel like there's a pair of you guys who are really tired of the bullcrap and you're ready to step out there and do something completely different, like completely transform everything that you ever knew. And then I believe that there's a group of Libras that do want something new, but they haven't broke out of their old ways yet. And so let's start with a group of people that have broke out of their ways. Now, for those of you who are not tolerating the oldness, who are not tolerating stagnation, poor behaviors, and you're just not with any of the F stuff, like you're not with any of the bull crap, you don't got time. And so because of this, you now realize the certain areas of your life that did hold you back. With the Three of Cups reversed, the Seven of Swords reversed, you're starting to say, aha, okay, when I spent my time, my energy, my effort on that didn't get me the result that I wanted. So now I'm plotting, I'm planning, I'm rethinking, I'm setting intentions for newness. How am I going to put myself out there? How am I going to be the voice of change? How am I going to show up and show out? And so whatever it is you want to do, Spirit is saying, make sure you really take your time and know what you're doing, that you're not just jumping. Make sure you look before you leap. Before you take this big step into newness, make sure this is something you can commit to. Because we're still going through Mercury retrogrades. As you know, we talked about that in the astrological portion. But Venus goes direct on the 29th of January. Mercury goes direct on the 3rd of February. But we're still in the shadow periods. So the things that you may have created, you wanted for yourself, tossed and turned, and as us Libras, I'm a Libra moon, like I mentioned, we can be indecisive. So what we want may not always be what we come out with. But I say all this to say, for those of you guys who are ready to break out of the old and go into the new that's going to change your life, Spirit is saying, make sure you really thought about this. Make sure this is really the thing that you want, because you're going to have to commit to it. Like, if you want people to see you the way that you see you, you're going to have to commit to it, or you're going to have to trust it. You can't force anything right now. The only thing you can control is you. And so we really need you to know this as you go into your next chapter, because a lot of times in your past, you just pushed. And so you realize that got you results, but it didn't get you really where you wanted to be. And so now you want to do things differently. And as you do things differently, Spirit is telling you to take your time. Be led by us, not just by impulse. Be led into something that you really want for certain, not just something that feels right now. Something that actually is your spirit, your soul purpose, because that's what's going to be the thing that gives you the energy and the momentum to keep going. It's going to be the thing that captures your attention time after time again, because it's what's true to you. If you try to go outside the box right now, Libra, and do anything that's not true to you, or if you try to force this path, you're going to be met with pushback. This week is all about you guys realizing what was standing in your way, realize what you're not going to allow anymore, choosing a new path, and not being afraid to tell anybody to get the F out of your way. And you got bigger fish to fry. You got things to do. Move out of my way so I can move forward to my destiny unapologetically. I got things I got to focus on. I got things I got to work on. And then I need you, Libras, to trust that it's actually going to happen. Now, for those of you who have not yet broke out of this cycle, this is the week. And so even for those of you who may have already broke out, for those who have not and know there needs to be a change but hasn't yet made that change, this is the week where you can't ignore that there really does have to be a change. Spirit is going to come in and show you who's not for you, who's against you, who's been talking trash, who doesn't want to see you win. I definitely see your social circle or the people you care about being shook up. I see that there's going to be snakes in the grass that really reveal themselves. You're going to see who and what was not for you this entire time. Once that truth comes to light, you're going to have this thing inside of yourself with Spirit, yourself, and then with others where it's like, okay, Spirit, what was I doing? What was this lesson? Gather the lesson. Then tell people, I'm not letting y'all stand in my way. Period. I got stuff going on. And when you tell people not to stand in your way, and when you realize this whole time you were pushing against a wall because the people you thought were for you, or the situations you thought were for you, because this doesn't just have to be people. This could be situations. So the situations that you thought were not for you actually slowed you down this whole time, because you were trying to move and shake in an environment that was never conducive to who you really are. And you've changed over these few months. You're not who you were 6 months ago. So the things and the beliefs and the behaviors and the patterns and the people that you were chilling with, you're not doing that anymore. And so now you see the picture clear as day. You're starting to say, oh my goodness, I see that whole time that really wasn't for me, which is why I was hitting this roadblock, which is why I don't yet feel the way I want to feel. It's not that I'm not going to have what I wanted. It's just that I was committing to the wrong thing, and therefore the wrong people showed up. I wasn't in the environment that I really needed to be in. I wasn't doing what I was actually supposed to do to get this fruit that I was looking for. And so you have this aha moment with the Tower this week. And now no reader can tell you what this aha thing is going to be, but it definitely is going to be something that comes in and shakes shit up. And with the Seven of Swords, with the Three of Cups reversed, with the Fool reversed, with the Page of Swords, something is going to be said, something is going to be told, something is going to be felt that you cannot ignore, and you cannot allow this thing, because it doesn't look like it's going to be something great. Okay, Libras, just being honest, it doesn't have to be bad, but it doesn't look like it's going to be something you want to hear. And the beauty in you hearing something that you don't want to hear is that now you can change where you're going. going. And really the divine is setting all of the astrological planets up, and the zodiacs up, because next week we have a new moon in the sign of Aquarius on February 1st. And so we have the ability to manifest newness in our lives. And guys, for you, Aquarius is your your fifth house, your house of children, your house of creativity, your house of excitement, fun, pleasure. So whatever hasn't been giving you pleasure, that was the whole message of this. Whatever's been stopping you, standing in your way, a person, an old job, an old habit, you gotta let it go. And it's really going to reveal itself this week where you cannot ignore it. And that's why I believe you have the Oracle card, where you see the horseman coming in on the horse, riding. They got something to say. You are literally going to be given an opportunity this week to see the truth, to know the truth, and to move forward in your truth. So I love you guys so much, and I hope this helped. I'll see you next time. Bye.
Hello Scorpios, it's your turn. So let's talk about this week at a glance. Initially, as I begin, I start to see the sun in your fourth house. So topics of home, of family, of roots, where you feel comfortable, where your security is, your relationships, marriage, children, may all have been a topic or a thought this week. So do know that your connections with people and what makes you feel safe, your relationship with your mother, your relationships with your emotions, may all very well be highlighted this week. Now, as I say that, I'm looking at Mercury retrograde going back into the sign of Capricorn, which is your third house. Now, Venus retrograde is there right now, and it's been retrograding in Capricorn for some time, but we have now Mars officially entering Capricorn. What does this mean for you guys? So recently you may have found that there's something new and creative that you want to bring to the surface. It may have something to do with broadcasting, communication, the way you share your ideas, your knowledge, your thoughts, your beliefs. Your ability to share that and connect with your tribe, your people, is being highlighted right now. Now, I will say that once Venus goes direct on the 29th of January, and once Mercury goes direct on February 3rd, these big ideas, these big visions that you have to put out to the world, it's all going to become crystal clear. I highly recommend you guys digging with new ventures, new ideas, bringing things to life now, seeing what sticks, seeing what feels good. So doing like a trial and an error, because once things go direct again, it's going to be your obligation to make your dreams a reality and make these blessings come to life. You guys have so many ideas, and these may be ideas coming up from the past. These may be ideas that just came up. Whatever they are, Spirit wants you to dig into them. They want you to look into them and say, hey, is this something that I could do? Is this something that I could create and make it my own and be successful at it? Because there is a chance the answer is yes, you could really be successful with these dreams and these images and these new ventures that you have for yourself. How exciting is that? Now, Jupiter is in your fifth house right now, Pisces. So for me, I instantly get excited because I'm seeing soulmates, I'm seeing love affairs, I'm seeing connections that come from the divine source. So this isn't something that you're going to have to try for. It's going to be something that comes to you strictly and solely from the divine. So if there's new relationships that come up this year for you, embrace them, really feel them out, give them a chance. And this could be with actual intimate partnerships or new friendships. Now, also, as Jupiter is sitting in your fifth house, I have to bring up, because it's the sign of Leo, fifth house is ruled by Leo, I have to bring up your creativity again. So your guys' mind is already on a million with new ideas, new ventures, new possibilities of what could be. And whether this is just for your personal gain or your public gain, whether it's a career or a hobby, your ability to create, again, something massive, Scorpios, that could lead you where you want to be financially, is here. And it's going to come through your specific gifts, your abilities, your playfulness, your creativity. Now let's go ahead and get into this week's message for you. Scorpios, it's your turn. Let's get into this divine message. Now, Divine Spirit, Mother, Father, please step forward for the Scorpios and their highest and greatest good and show us what is the message that you have for the Scorpios this week. Let's see, Scorpios. Okay, so we got the Eight of Swords reversed. Five of Cups reversed. Tower. Okay, Scorpio, let's go. Seven of Swords. Yikes. Spirit, please help me clarify the Seven of Swords. Okay. Yeah, I thought so. Now let's go ahead. Now, Spirit, please show me the oracle message that you have for the Scorpios right now. Fates. Wow. I'm feeling an urge to pull another one. Spirit, show me another card for the Scorpios, please. Protecting the future. Wow. Wow, wow. Actually, I'm going to put this over here. I'm going to put this over here. It feels right. Okay, Scorpio. We started off pretty heavy. Pretty heavy. And as I'm talking to you, I'm just looking at the astrology chart right now. And I'm just like, okay. So we got the sun officially in your 10th house now. We're about to have a new moon in your 10th house. So this is interesting. And it's funny because with the Five of Cups, I felt like there was some talk about revisiting the past. Now let's go ahead and get into this message. Now, just to let you guys know, this is going to be a mix of an intuitive and a card reading because I'm feeling very guided to talk to you about what Spirit is telling me. So the first thing I have to make mention of is the fact that I do believe that there is something that is going to come into your life this week, Scorpio, that could really change the game. And if it's not this week, then I feel like it has already made its way in. And it's something that you may have thought about from the past, but it's going to revisit your thought life. It's going to re-engage itself back into your life. And the amount of change that could come from it is going to be massive. Now let's go ahead and talk about the cards, sorry guys, that you see in front of me. So the first thing is we have all of these swords. We have I had to count them at a moment. So we have the Nine of Swords reversed. And that's all about mental anguish and overwhelming and feeling stuck. But you know what? As much as I feel like that's the feeling of being stuck, I get a sense that you don't have to be there and that you're climbing out of that. So what I'm saying is, and what Spirit is confirming with me right now, is the fact that I really do believe that even before this week, you guys may have been in a mental and emotional rut. You may have felt yourself in a situation that was very uncomfortable, where you're like, I'm feeling overwhelmed. I'm feeling like I want to do something new. I want to do something different. This was normal with Venus, Mercury in retrograde. Again, you're revisiting the past. You're seeing things that work and what doesn't, blah, 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 whatever. We talked about that. The point of me saying that right now is that I feel like there was this place that you were in that you felt stuck, where it was like, okay, I do want to do new things, but what exactly am I doing? What exactly do I want to start? Where am I going? And sometimes this where am I going can be your own downfall. So as I say all that, this takes me to the next message of something coming back from the past. I really do believe that there's going to be an idea, a thought, and Spirit is saying it may have a lot to do actually with your career, which makes sense as I'm looking at the chart. Sun is in Aquarius in your 10th house. Whatever you've been sitting on that you may wanted to have tried before, that you may not have taken seriously, bring it back to life. Bring this idea back into reality, because what it could do for you could really change the game and the trajectory of where you thought you were going to go. The only thing this week that's going to stop you, Scorpio, is yourself and the way you're thinking and the way you're speaking and the way you're allowing whatever to come in distract you. You've already had enough going on in the past, right? I feel like you've dealt with certain things
through your creativity, through your art, through your purpose, through the way you show up in the world. And so the way you show up in the world, Spirit is saying, hey, you may have lost a lot, but there's still something here for you. Especially with the Two of Cups, think about it. 3 are knocked over, but there's 2 still left standing. There's still something here for you. You can still make lemonade with these lemons. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be over yet. And when you realize that it's not over yet, this boom, groundbreaking boldness just happens, and you step out of the shadows and you remind people who the F you are, and you put those ideas back in motion. You put that energy back into the thing that you slept on, and it just blows up in a very successful way if you stay consistent. Now, the only thing you have to worry about here, Scorpio, is you standing in your own way. But at the same time, this could really be a week where you realized how you already stood in your own way and you refused to do it again. How you've let people distract you, or situations distract you, and made you feel like you couldn't overcome, but you're not doing that anymore. You may have lost something, but you're not allowing yourself to be stuck. And so this is really good. Like I said, the energy and the momentum for you to push forward this week is super bold. Don't allow yourself to get caught up in any emotions or feelings from the past. The only thing from the past you need to bring out are the things that excite you, and something that has to do with your creativity, your passions, and the things that can make you money. Okay, money is really, really big on Aquarius season for you. So with all that being said, watch how you're thinking this week. Watch how you're feeling, because that will play a part. Bring your ideas to life. Do not sleep on your dreams. You can literally make something amazing happen with these ideas from the past. When it comes to your oracle cards, protecting your future, the Dragon's Hoard, and skywriting, the fates. If you're doing something especially that has to do with technology, where you're sharing where you're sharing your ideas online, or you're putting something out there, just with the skywriting, the fates, that's already being supported. Look at the cosmos, look at the clouds, that's all Aquarius energy, the air. When we see the Dragon's Hoards protecting the future, that's your emotional life. That's your sensitivity. That's your soft spot. That's where you're going to find your breakthrough. Again, don't allow the things that didn't work out make you feel like nothing's going to work out. This week is your remembrance that you're being guided in the right path. Anything you can do that makes you happy, that's a passion, that sparks a creativity, bring it back to life. Write that book. Push that new business idea. Put your ideas that you had, a whole new business that you created back in 2007, bring it back out. Whatever you can do to keep you focused, to keep you creative, to keep you excited, Scorpios, is going to be the thing that changes your life. This year is a game changer for all of us. And if you stick with this idea, if you bring this back and you really run with it and you rebrand it to your now, I'm telling you, this time next year in 2023 could be so different for you. It could be so abundantly blessed. You have no idea. I love you guys, and I really suggest you participate in our our new moon and our full moon community rituals. That information will be down below, and I'll see you next time. Bye.
Hello, Sagittarius, my fellow sister signs. So let's go ahead and talk about this week ahead at a glance. Now, the first thing, you guys have probably been feeling like on top of the world. You have had Mars going through your first house. And that's really exciting because it gave you the energy, the momentum, the drive, the excitement to be like, hey, I want to start new. I want to focus on me. I want to take care of me. I want to do my thing. And just from the Sagittarius, I know that's exactly on point. So now that Mars is exiting your first house and entering your second house, which is ruled by Capricorn, you're going to start seeing your focus be on your money and your material world. This is that moment in astrology where your energy is going to be on your resources, your finances, wealth, your talents. So how do you accumulate money? What can you do within your own talents and your strength to make money? How do you keep your money? What do you want to do with your money? Do you want to invest it? Do you want to put it in a savings account? Like, all of these things about your material values and possessions are going to come up. How you take care of yourself, your self-reliance, your independence is all going to be highlighted as we move forward. Now, if you have questions about what that's going to look like at this moment, don't worry. Retrograde will have you doing that. It will have you question things. But the one thing I do want you to know is that there could very well be a blessing with money that stems from the past. So if you've had an idea that you haven't acted out on yet, but you just still feel like it could be right, that could be it could be the game changer, I really encourage you to get to not go all in. Now, don't put all your eggs in one basket, but I do encourage you to revisit it and renew the idea to see if it's something that could be brought and born back into existence now. So now that we have and we know that your energy will be focused on your material gain, your independence, your self-sufficiency, your money, we also have the sun going through your third house. So guys, the way you're communicating right now with yourself and others is really being highlighted. You guys have some big visions and thoughts coming in to your life. If you haven't been experiencing this yet, I would really recommend you go ahead and you sit quiet and you ask Spirit to guide you, because the thoughts and the ideas that come in right now could really, really be valuable for you, could really set you apart and set you up for success as we move forward in 2022. So now that we have Mars in your second house, we have the sun in your third, we have Jupiter in your fourth. As I say Jupiter in your fourth, you guys may really be making progress with your healing in your internal world. You know, instead of always nurturing others and being so supportive for others, Sages, I really feel like right now you're giving it to yourself. You're being so intuitively led to put you first and allow nothing or no one to stand in your way. So that's exciting all within itself. Now let's go ahead and get into this message. Sagittarius, let's go ahead and get into your message. Now, Divine Spirit, Mother, Father, please step forward for the Sagittarius in their highest and greatest good and show me what is the message you have for the Sages this week. Let's see, Sages, let's see, my fellow sister signs. Now, we have the Four of Swords, interesting. We have the Six of Swords reversed. We have the Two of Swords. Oh my gosh, Sages. We have the Ten of Cups reversed. Wow. Now let's go ahead, Spirit. Please show me what is the oracle message that you have for the Sages this week. Straddling worlds, wandering between realms. Wow. That feels so divinely correct, though. Whew. Okay, Sages, as I'm just really taking in this spread, and as you guys know, it's going to be an intuitive and a card reading combined. So let's go ahead and get straight into it. First things first is that I really feel like everything that you knew is changing. And I mean, we literally just had, and not to talk all about astrology because we just went through that, but we literally just had the North Node and the South Node transition from the Sag Gemini eclipse cycle to the Taurus Scorpio eclipse cycle. So you guys definitely felt the past 2 years in a very intense, intense way. And now with this happening, you know, this is going to be interesting, because this week in particular, Spirit is showing you that you need to slow down, and not from all your duties and all your responsibilities in just life, but no, you need to slow down with purpose. And that purpose is to listen. There is a need to be here, but there's also a need to be there. And so what Spirit is saying is that the things that once worked for you are clearly not working for you anymore. Things are falling apart, but they're falling apart in order to fall together.
Okay, you guys very well have may seen some big changes in your life in these past 2 years where you really may have felt like things fell apart. But now when you guys look back, you may realize how things were actually falling apart, but they were falling together. And so Spirit is saying this theme of things falling together is still happening this week. Now, you may not know which direction to go and what's going to come of this new life and this new chapter and this new journey, especially as we begin 2022. But Spirit is saying you don't really need to know all those answers right now. We just need you to know that the journey that you were once on is no longer, and we're giving you a fresh start, which is why we want you to straddle the worlds, which is why we want you to wander between the realms, so you can understand that the things you had for you, that you were living, that you may still currently be living, they're not really for you. Those are the things you've created out of lack or fear or need or desire of who you used to be, but you're not who you used to be anymore. So things are changing, and which is really amazing, because even as we split this pile and we see the 10 of Cups reversed, we see the 6 of Swords reversed, Spirit is saying that we're not moving forward doing the old things anymore. The old stuff has passed. We're not focused on that. That doesn't even bring us happiness anymore. We're not even interested in the same things that we used to be interested in before. We're just not doing it anymore. We don't know what we're doing yet. We don't know how we're going to get there exactly yet. We may have a few ideas. We may be pulled between this or that, but we don't have a clear idea yet. But you know what? We don't really need to know it, because this week is the week Spirit is going to tell you. This is the week you're going to have direction and confirmation of where you want to go, Sagittarius, if you allow yourself to listen. And I have to say that because Sagittarius, you guys are always between worlds. You are always between realms. And as I said that, Spirit said, pull another card. Let's see. Right. Crown games, right use of power. This is amazing. This was literally going into where I was going. The reason I say this is because you guys, I literally told you, you can hear the message this week if you listen. And it's hard for you guys sometimes because you have 12 trillion things in your mind. You want to do this, that, and you got to do that, and you want to do that. And Spirit is saying, hey, we just need you to slow down this week, because if you slow down, you're going to catch something. And that's something that you need to hear. It's that something that's going to help direct you. That's something that's going to show you how to use your power, how to direct your energy, where to direct your energy, when to direct your energy. You're going to have all those things you need this week. But you got to slow down. You got to straddle the worlds to listen. You can't just be all go, go, go. You have to be in the spirit realm too. You have to make sure you get this message this week, because this is something you don't want to miss. Now, the next thing I do want to say, because this was just very straightforward. But the next thing I want to tell you is, guys, don't be afraid of starting new. The things that you may be walking away from, maybe old friendships, maybe old jobs, maybe old beliefs, maybe old habits, but those things that you're letting go of is really for your best. Spirit is saying we can't go down that journey anymore. We did that. We've done that. It wasn't successful. It didn't really make us feel good, and it's not in alignment with who we are today. Today, we're moving forward. We're still figuring out where we're moving, but we know we're moving forward. And so don't be worried about not having the answers this week. Don't be worried about having 100% of the facts. Spirit is saying you're going to get the facts. Just trust us. Lean within us. Pray with us. Sit with us. Hear us. We'll show you where to go. We'll show you how to use your power. We'll show you your power. But you got to make time. You got to straddle in between your responsibilities of the world and between your responsibility with yourself. Oh my gosh, Sagittarius, I feel like that was such a beautiful message, and I feel like it was like straight to the point. So I love you guys so much. I would highly recommend you guys join our new moon and full moon rituals. Our next new moon is on February 1st, just because the way I'm looking at this chart, you guys don't have the exact facts right now, but if you give yourself the time, you will this week. And by the time the new moon comes on February 1st, this could really give you the to make your desires a reality. So I love you guys so much. I'll see you next time. Bye.
Hello Capricorns, it is your turn and I'm a rising Capricorn, so let's go through this together. Now, as you guys know, we've had Venus retrograde going through our sign of Capricorn for some time. Now, this has made us really ask ourselves, how do we want to re-identify now? What matters to us? Are the thoughts and the feelings we used to have, are they still important? Are they still the same? Do we still prioritize those things, or now do we have new priorities? Do we look at the world in a different way? So definitely our beliefs and our values and things that makes us happy, the things we want to spend our time, energy, and effort on has been switched and will continue to be restructured as we move forward. Now, the one thing you guys do need to know is Mercury is retrograding right now in the sign of Aquarius, but by the end of the week or midweek, Mercury will be in Capricorn in the first house. So when we think of retrogrades, always think of the RE, renew, rejuvenate, re-look, rethink. And so Mercury will have you rethinking the things that you thought you knew to be true. And this isn't necessarily a bad thing. What Spirit, in my opinion, is doing when this happens is saying, okay, this is what you thought was going to work, and this is what you thought you wanted to carry with you into this next stage of your life. But is that really serving you? Is that really working for you and your growth at this time? And so you may be thinking about, creating new ways to show up in the world, how you want to be seen. The way you look at things may change, where something you may not have had any interest in before, you may have interest in now. So I do see you changing your appearance, the way you want to approach life, your aspirations and the things you want to achieve may be changing. There's just a whole level of new beginnings coming, and you're really going to feel it because Mars is going in the first house. So you are ready and you're determined to take care of yourself, to make these changes, to make things happen for you in new ways. But also, as all of this is happening, when the planets go direct, Venus will go direct on the 29th of January. Mercury will go direct on the 3rd of February. When this happens, things will become a lot more clearer, and things will start just having a domino effect of greatness of everything that's been switched up during the retrogrades. Now let's talk about the sun. The sun is sitting in your money house right now. So if there is any financial obligations you have, Capricorn, this is the time to address it. You will, and so you have Saturn there, the taskmaster, who's making you say, hey, let's pay attention to your money. You may have done something there before, let's correct it. So if you do have something financial going on, this is the week to address it, look at it, all the way. Keep looking at it until March as we keep moving forward. This is definitely going to be a topic of focus for you guys. Focus on your money because the ability to have some blessings could really fall through. Now, I'm seeing Jupiter in your 3rd house. So you may very well be wanting to start a writing, some type of writing material. Whatever you want to share with the world, you may be doing it through writing or through different types of communication services. Your ideas and the visions you have for yourself are meant to be expanded in a very big way. Your ideas are meant to reach tribes, and they're meant to connect you to communities. So whatever you've been plotting and you've been planning and you've been recalculating and renewing, really stand strong in that, create a plan in that, because Capricorn, this year, your legacy, your ability to be known and to put yourself out there and to win in a whole different way is extremely enhanced. So let's go ahead and get into the spiritual message.
Hello Capricorn friends, let's go ahead and get into the spiritual message that Spirit has for you right now. Now, Divine Source, Mother, Father, what is the message you have for the Capricorns this week? Let's see, Caps, what is the message that Spirit has for you? Wheel of Fortune. Ooh, Ace of Pentacles. Now, I'm getting an urge, feel like there's like one more I need to pull. Okay, now, Let's go ahead and see what's up with this deck. Spirit, what do you want the Capricorns to hear right now? Ooh, deep quiet, meditation and stillness. Now, Caps, I'm really excited because initially as I see this, one would think, oh, well, the Wheel of Fortune is reversed. You got the Seven of Pentacles reversed. But I don't see this as a bad thing at all. Honestly, you know, we have Mercury going retrograde back into your house as we talked about. We have Venus still retrograding in your house until the 29th. For me, I feel like you're really taking this time to explore who you are unapologetically. And why I say that is, Capricorns, I get this feeling that this week, that even prior to this week, there was feelings of, why am I working so hard? Why am I doing this if I'm not getting the result that I want? What do I need to create, to build, to invest my time, energy, and effort in that's going to give me the satisfaction that I'm looking for? And that's what I'm sensing from this Seven of Pentacles reversed, that those were the questions you were asking yourself. Like, okay, what can I do to make a solid foundation for myself at this stage in my life? Because the things that you've wanted, I mean, Venus retrograde clearly tells you your values are shifting. So the things that you may have thought were good ideas then, or the people that you were doing relationships with, whether it be business, intimate, friendships, just old things that you held valuable, they may not have the same value anymore. And that's not a bad thing. And the reason I say this isn't a bad thing is because now we go to the Six of Cups. When I see the Six of Cups, I'm immediately feeling and told by Spirit, actually, as we're talking, that you're being reminded of your power. You're being reminded of your strength. You're being reminded of your purpose and of everything that you can create. You know, when you went through this fear and these questions of, why am I working so hard but I don't have the feeling that I'm looking for, you had to take a minute. You had to say, listen, I know the world's going round, but I need to have some time for me. I need to make sure that I'm good. And so you took that pause. You understood that things still needed to function, but you also understood that your mental peace, your security, you were the most important factor out of all of this, hence the Nine of Pentacles. I feel like you've already set yourself up to win to a certain degree, so you could have time to focus on yourself. And this may just generally mean like making sure family's taken care of so you can have your alone time, you know, making sure you've set everything up in your business or at work so you can take off and have some time for you, especially as your birthday just passed, you know. So I feel like, again, the questions came up. You're realizing that you needed the time for yourself so you could remember everything that you are. And in remembering everything that you are with the Six of Cups, again, Spirit was saying, hey, I want to remind you of your greatness. I want to remind you of your capabilities. I want to remind you of your strength. I want to remind you of everything you've already overcome. And you see how you guys got through that with the Nine of Pentacles? You can get through anything. Spirit is saying, go ahead, be selfish, invest right now in yourself, invest this time into what you really want next, because I know that you're building, I know that you're creating, and I know that you want something new. But Spirit is saying, let's make sure we cross all our T's and we dot all our I's and we get everything that we can get in this season when it's all about you, so then we can move forward successfully. And so this week, Spirit is saying meditation and stillness is really where you would benefit from. And even the 11, if we're talking about numerology, the number is 2. And if we talk about the Six of Cups, you know, look at this, look at the imagery here, the symbols, the two people connecting together. And that's what Spirit wants for you. Spirit wants you to take this stillness and this meditation so you can reconnect with the divine. And when you reconnect with the divine, you will literally know your path. It will become so crystal clear. And so that's perfect, because this week is right before we have this new moon in Aquarius, guys. This is going to be huge. Now, I have a video coming up on that, but just to let you know, this is a time where you can really set big intentions. And you can feel free to join my community service that's happening. It's only $11.11 to join. The information will be somewhere. But in the meantime, for right now, this week, Spirit wants you to calm your mind. Prepare yourself for this new moon, for this intense manifestation period that you have in your money house. This could be great for you. This could give you that home. This could give you that new business. This could advance you and allow you to invest in the things that you see worthy of investing in. So yes, Caps, I hope this helped. I'm really excited for you. Again, it's all about you right now. Don't waste this opportunity by not digging in. This is the time Spirit is saying less is more for this week. Trust your intuition. Allow yourself to hear us. We will guide you. Oh, so beautiful. I love you guys, Caps. See you next time.